The ultra-processed food, UPF, industry is a major roadblock in our efforts to tackle the harmful effects of these foods on public health. A series of articles published in the Lancet highlights the urgent need for action and sheds light on the industry's powerful influence. The growing threat of ultra-processed foods. Despite overwhelming scientific evidence and available policies to address the issue, the UPF industry continues to thrive and obstruct much-needed reforms. Researchers and activists worldwide are sounding the alarm, emphasizing that the rise of UPFs is not just a dietary concern, but a global public health crisis. The industry's role: profits over health. One article in the series boldly states that the key driver of this crisis is the industry's growing economic and political power. It argues that the industry's focus on profitability above all else has led to the restructuring of food systems worldwide. The authors highlight how leading corporations, such as Nestle, Coca-Cola, and Mondelez, have prioritized financial gains over public health. A profitable business model. The UPF industry's model is simple: maximize profits by using cheap ingredients and industrial processing to keep production costs low. This allows them to create highly palatable, food-like products at a fraction of the cost of traditional, local food systems. Aggressive advertising and engineered taste further drive consumption, leading to a significant rise in global UPF sales from $1.5 trillion in 2009 to $1.9 trillion in 2023. The vicious cycle. In capitalist economies, where investments flow to the most profitable sectors, the UPF industry thrives. This dynamic creates a vicious cycle where the industry depletes food systems while reaping financial rewards, including substantial shareholder payouts. The article suggests that over half of the $2.9 trillion in shareholder payments linked to U.S. food production between 1962 and 2021 came from the UPF sector. Lobbying and political influence. But it's not just about internal profit logic. Major UPF corporations, including Nestle, Coca-Cola, and others, have adopted tactics similar to those of the tobacco, alcohol, and fossil fuel industries. They lobby governments, shape policy language, and hijack public debates. This political activity, the authors argue, is the biggest barrier to implementing effective public policies to reduce UPF-related harms. A web of influence. These corporations don't act alone. The article series identifies a network of around 200 interconnected interest groups, from manufacturers' associations to advertising and agro-industry lobby organizations. Through this intricate web, the UPF industry organizes its influence, undermines progressive health regulations, and sidelines independent research. Global North's complicity. Governments in the Global North remain deeply influenced by UPF actors, often advancing industry priorities through institutions like the World Trade Organization. However, the articles offer a glimmer of hope, suggesting that now is the time to change course. Despite industry resistance, scientific understanding of UPF-associated harms is growing, and some countries have implemented meaningful regulations. Success stories and a call to action. The authors cite successes in Latin America and Sub-Saharan Africa, where multi-component policies have effectively regulated UPF production, marketing, and consumption, even in the face of strong industry opposition. Countries like Mexico and Ghana are leading the way. However, fully transforming food systems requires coordinated action from policymakers, civil society, and activists. The series calls for a just transformation grounded in food sovereignty, adapted to local contexts, and ensuring the well-being of workers in the UPF industry. Potential solutions. The articles propose policy solutions, including stricter marketing regulations, adequate taxes on UPF production and sales, and public investment in collective food provisioning, such as school meal programs and community kitchens. And this is the part most people miss. The UPF industry's influence extends beyond our plates and into the very fabric of our global food systems. It's time to recognize this threat and take action. But here's the controversial part. Should we solely blame the industry, or is there a larger systemic issue at play? What are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments.